All right, we are back with another developer interview from GGG, and I'm looking forward to this one. The last one was absolutely amazing. If you haven't checked it out, go check that out. That shit was fucking fire. It was funny as hell. It was a really interesting and different type of interview. I like that stuff, and I feel like it has a nice space to grow in, and I would love to see way more of it. And as always, I gotta give a massive shout out to Knight here because Knight hooked me up again, letting me know that they just put this out. So salute to you, my man, always keeping me up to date. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. I'll leave the link for the video in the description. Sub, like, comment, all the good jazz, and I will get into it right now then.
The hyena boss has killed me a ridiculous number of times.
Me too.
I have no question, I'm just salty about it.
Oh shit.
So yeah, what do you do at GGG?
It's a good question. What do I do? Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. That's the beauty of it. Primarily, I balance monsters. It's kind of like quality checking them, which isn't just balance. It'll be like, oh, maybe the projectile could come out a little bit sooner, or the animation could be a bit slower or faster. So just everything that goes into completing the fight and making it a finished fight.
And bosses as well.
Yeah, bosses. Definitely, bosses take the most time. That's monsters are easy. That's scrub work.
For many of us, myself included, we don't really know what the day-to-day work of a designer actually looks like. Is it like a lot of spreadsheets, meetings?
It's definitely a lot of spreadsheets. The way we even just make the monsters, it's kind of like a glorified spreadsheet program that we have in-house. And then meetings is probably where we differ from other companies. We don't really do that many meetings. We just do the work. You get more done if you don't have meetings.
It's true, because we don't have like weekly stand-ups or anything like that.
No, none of that. Mark wants something, he'll just come out to you and tell you what he wants, and you just do it.
Hell yeah,
or
that's
tell
the
him
way
that
it's
it's a bad
supposed to
idea,
fucking be.
and then think of something else.
Instead of
How often does that happen?
Yo, in Blizzard, it has to go through 25 fucking channels before it actually gets accepted and made. Whereas here, it's just like, yo, I want this, and the designer goes and do it. The other thing is waste of fucking money because you're paying 25 people to look at a problem that the guy who's making it and the guy that's making the decision should be the two people who are figuring out the problem, not like a bunch of other people in between.
Not very often.
usually he knows what he's doing.
Usually he knows what he's doing.
Look at this fuck chair. We don't even have functional chairs. One of them
Yo,
like,
he has been sitting in
yes,
that
this is
chair.
Yeah, look at this good
Starting to
blade.
look like mine. No,
Well, let's get right into spreadsheets then. We've got a few here. For us nerds, could you talk us through what we're looking at?
All right, this is a monster skill. And we have the Prowling Shade, which is a monster everyone loves.
I
because
hate it.
It turns invisible and runs away from you, and you can't kill it.
One of my
And it freezes you a lot.
favorite things about PvP
The way I make it freeze people a lot is with the stat you see here. So it freezes you 2.5 times more often than it would normally.
And was this a you decision?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. And then I guess the extra stat there,
Whoa, I
the
can
spell
already
max and
feel we
action
got
distance,
beef.
that
Me
just
and
tells
him
the
got
monster how
beef.
far it should use the skill from. So it's just to stop it from using skills off screen. The numbers is just the damage values for spells. And then
Jesus,
you just have a little
1000%.
checkbox there for me to make sure the monster's being balanced.
Oh, so someone's actually done it.
Yeah,
Very
someone's
smart.
actually looked at it.
That shit is not awesome. I don't
I think it's important to have.
I don't agree with a monster that can be invulnerable, invisible, and can't get like you can't track them, and they can attack you while they're coming out of those forms where they're invisible or invulnerable, into direct attacks, like they're charging the attack even before they come out of that. I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with this monster at all.
Monsters that, especially in the Prowling Shades case where it's like there's like one at a time, they need to be dangerous or not necessarily annoying, but give you something to watch out.
One at a time? I have on multiple occasions like ran into multiple of them in the same exact spot, and then you just get absolutely destroyed. And there's like, unless you got like a belt that's just clearing full screen, so you don't really have to deal with any, like you don't have to deal with the mechanics, then it doesn't matter. But when you don't have that, it's so fucked.
Helpful.
I mean,
And
it paints a picture of the area, right? When you said Machinarium, like I know what's there. I know that
Yes,
the thing's there.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like Devourers in PoE1 are iconic because they were annoying and they killed a lot of people. And so you make monsters that are people are going to remember.
Sure.
You're the reason I hate this monster and keep getting frozen and my negative 30 cold res right now.
Yeah, the problem is me, not the fact that you're not putting cold res gear
Oh,
on.
great, cool.
Yeah, just making sure. It's never the player's fault.
Yeah, never a skill issue, always a Zaccie issue.
Scum.
Who is the cat girl in your Discord display picture?
That is Yeji from ITZY, K-pop group.
Oh, so you're a K-pop fan.
Yeah, K-pop.
We were talking about this earlier. I didn't realize this. What's your favorite K-pop groups then?
Yeah, Twice, ITZY. That's not a group, it's just a soloist, IU. She's really good. Stray Kids. It's probably the only boy band I really like. It's seasonal. I'll listen to K-pop for 6 months, then I'll listen to like heavy metal for 6 months.
Why not? Depending on what you're balancing,
Why
maybe.
taste of music, eh?
Exactly.
So yeah, related to all this stuff, how do you decide how much damage a monster does? Like I understand it's a bit different in PoE 1 and 2.
Yes. Well, okay, we have some kind of like the average monster should do roughly X% of the player's health per hit. Just so you know, stuff isn't too easy or too hard.
You can't tell us what X is?
It's somewhere between 6 and 8, I think. So at least early games, so kind of like a wolf hitting you is gonna kill you in like 5 hits, because early game you have less defense, but it's kind of a range. It's gonna depend on your resistances and stuff. And then from there, it's kind of just vibes, what I feel on the day. I might decide that I want to put shock chance on there. It doesn't really increase the damage unless you get hit twice, but it's just a spur of the moment decision I might make, and then people just have to deal with it forever,
Amazing.
because I'm probably not going to go back and change it.
How many players have you killed with vibes?
Probably a majority of them, because everyone's favorite Chaos Volatiles was very vibes based.
Oh, was it?
I just felt like that was an appropriate number at the time. And sometimes I get stuck thinking of myself, and I'm like, I know how to dodge volatiles. I know what they look like. I know what to look out for. This seems fine. And then it goes live, and sometimes it's not quite fine.
Chaos
Or it's just-
volatiles are vibe volatiles.
Vibe volatiles.
If you're making the skill, you would have the utmost understanding on how it functions, what it looks like, all these things. You know exactly what you're looking for. But if you are new or haven't seen the monster before, or this is your like first time experiencing it, like some of those things are just a little bit obscured. It has changed a lot since they put out like early access, but yeah, in the first couple of days, it was what's the word I'm looking for here? Quite extreme how easily you got killed by all kinds of random shit, and it's just I think that's he might not think in the mindset of somebody who's never seen it before, right? Because he's actually creating it. So for him, it's like, oh, I've been watching or looking at this for like, let's say 10 days, right? So I know like all the ins and outs. For me, for instance, it took me like, what, like 500 hours of playing PoE 2 till I got to the point where I understood all the attacks from all the monsters throughout the campaign. And it's just a rough patch to have to go through to get to the other side. But I will say this, the achievement of getting through it and then coming out on the other side, understanding all the things, and then having a massive advantage to people who do not understand it, it's quite a good feeling you get.
Sometimes it's just based on at least also with the Chaos Volatiles, we had assumed Chaos Res might have been a little bit easier to get than what was realistic. So they were also wrong in that sense. So it's both me putting damage too high and just our internal expectation of Chaos Res kind of made a double mistake there.
I mean, so ideally you're sort of coordinating with the other designers and balance teams to try and... Because you can't do this in isolation, obviously.
Not really, no. Though, but as for the actual balance of the monsters, it's almost primarily me. Because, at least personally, I think it's easier to filter it all through one person. Because a problem you get in PoE1 is with 20 different people balancing the game over 10 years, it's like all over the place. Because everyone has their own ideas.
Well, to be fair, maybe I'm wrong here because I haven't played it enough, but PoE1 is, to me, fairly balanced in terms of your ability to create survivability and power on your character is a lot more fluent and streamlined, and there's a lot... The path towards endgame is a lot more... it's a lot easier, but it's also a lot more... I don't know if I want to call it satisfying, but it's just a lot more... It just feels a lot better than PoE2 does at the current state of the games. Whereas PoE2, it feels a lot more punishing on a lot of things. And you really, really sometimes have to go back to grind an area just in order to get past the next area. Where I feel like in PoE1, it's a little bit more of a direct flow through the axe. And you can definitely basically run through the game without ever having to backtrack to kind of like gain more levels. So my hope is that once we get to a point where we get the last axe and the last characters out and 1.0 releases, that feeling that we get in PoE1 of running through the campaign, getting to the end game, is as satisfying in PoE2 as it is in PoE1. That's the dream for me. If they can manage that with the controls, with WASD, with all these extra features, oh my god, it's gonna be such a big rival to PoE1 if that happens.
At the time with PoE2, to set it up in a way that everyone else can contribute to balance, we have a whole bunch of like damage templates, and if you think it's a regular spammable spell, there's a set of numbers that you can just put in and it will work for 90% of cases.
And you've got more calculators for PoE2 to help you make more tools at this point?
Like, I've got the calculator that I built for PoE2, which doesn't exist for PoE1. I'm working towards improving everything in PoE1 to work more like the way I balance PoE2, so it becomes more consistent and easier for everyone to do. So there's a future for PoE1 where everything is much more balanced from
On
the
the
get-go.
curve.
Yeah.
Exciting.
One day.
One day. One day at GGG. So, the hyena boss has killed me a ridiculous number of times. I have no question, I'm just salty about it.
Just salty.
Yeah.
I have the data on boss kills.
Oh dear. Is it
He's
up
like
there?
he was like top 5 at one point.
Okay, I don't feel that bad then.
I did change him recently. I chip away at it. I look at the list and I decide if I should maybe fix a few of them. So I do slowly fix some of the more aggressive bosses, like the hyena boss.
How are you not
So next time when I go back to fight him, I'll kill him easier. And it's not because I'm better, it's because Zaccie has made it easier.
Yes, I have I've deemed you worthy to pass through Act 2 now.
So my biggest issue with that hyena boss is it's twofold, right? Because on one hand, it's it's a really, 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 really simple boss fight that's super, super easy. If you're running a build that has range and can like multi-target enemies or hit multiple enemies at the same time or hit an area with a skill. But if you're running through the game with something that doesn't have that has to be up close in his face and might not do like the crazy damage or something, it can be such a different fight in between those two types of gameplay, right? Like it's just night and day difference on how hard some of these bosses are when you compare melee to ranged. And they did say that they were going to do melee right in PoE 2. I don't quite think they have that figured out yet. I still do feel like melee is lacking a lot. I feel like melee in PoE 1 feels way better. Like it just if we don't compare it to like broken stuff, right? Like if we compare it to like normal builds, right? Because there's some broken stuff in the past that was like absolutely insane. Ice Strike Monk, for instance, is a really good example of a melee character that just full screen wipes everything. Now that felt really good, and that was extremely fun to play. It was it kept me engaged for a long time. And on the Dawn of the Hunt, I haven't been able to be engaged in the same way. I haven't been able to keep playing the game for as much as I did. I fell off playing real early on. I think my highest level character on Dawn of the Hunt is like 92, and on the previous patch I had 2 level 96, or was it like a level 96 and a level 95 or something like that, and then a bunch of others that was like level 90 or level 90 plus, right? It was only like 2 characters out of all characters that didn't actually make it to 90. So yeah, I do feel like they kind of missed the mark a little bit with that one, but I'm not a doomer, so I don't believe that it's the end of the game or anything like that. I think it's an adjustment period we are in right now, where they have to adjust to what we like, and we have to adjust to what they'll accept to put out, right?
You can kill the hyena.
It's just an illusion. Skill is just an illusion.
Exactly.
But following on from that a little bit, as designers, you often will get the brunt of the feedback for the game, right? Like, how do you deal with that emotionally? Like, is it, does it get to you?
I mean, I don't want to say I'm dead inside, but I don't know, none of it really phases me, because it's like, it is what it is. Kind of terminally online, I'm kind of past the point of letting things online affect me. So I do a lot of reading, and I feel like you just have to find what's valid within the sea of all the feedback.
Do you simp for Al-Kaiser, or does he simp for you?
It's probably a symbiotic relationship.
What the fuck, Zaccie? Alright, fuck you. Zaccie! Zaccie, fix it now. What are you doing? Get back to work.
Nice. You can use me for content, and I just get to have some fun. So that's what's important. I just get to have a little bit of fun in Twitch chat sometimes.
I don't know what this is, but I've been told to ask you for your best Elk LFG impression.
Let me try and imagine the GIF in my head, even though I have aphantasia and I can't see it. It's kind of like, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that'll make people. Someone will make a GIF of that.
Yeah. It's like,
how does a boss get designed? Like, who designs what skills a boss should have, they should be doing?
boss design, it's pretty collaborative. Mark might have some ideas that he will give us, or he might have some very specific, like, I really want the boss to do this one thing, but you guys figure out the rest.
I understand.
And then all the designers will come up with some loose ideas. We let the animators or effects artists pitch in, because they're making the effects and the animations, and they might have like a really cool vision in their mind. And we want to let everyone kind of have their ideas. So if they come up with something cool, we're kind of like, oh yeah, that sounds sick. We'll just do it. So we're very open. So like they might want to make something slower, and we're like, okay, just do it. We'll make it do more damage. Doesn't matter. You do whatever you want. We'll make the damage appropriate. Yeah, you make that slime take 5 seconds, and I'll just kill the player. It's fine. So yeah, it's very collaborative. It's not just designers. We let everyone pitch in.
Do you have any examples of bosses where, like, you can remember the artists had a lot of say in making it work, or like specific ideas that came through?
Man, I don't ever remember what happened yesterday. I just come into work and do my job, and when the day is over, it's gone.
I mean, in that case, then, what's your favorite boss in Path of Exile 2 so far?
It's probably the Perennial King, the boss at the end of Act 2. Just the whole, especially Part 2, and the sequence leading up to Part 2 where he cuts the whole bloody caravan in half, and then the fight. I'm also quite attached to that fight because we had a really hard version internally that was a lot of people couldn't beat, and I really liked that version, which isn't what's on live. It's a much more reasonable version on live.
Damn, what is my favorite boss in PoE 2? I think I know which one is my favorite in terms of the looks and stuff. That's the Colossus, but that's my least favorite fight to fight because of all the bugs. But it's definitely my favorite in terms of looks and like how it just how it's set up. But my favorite one to fight is probably between. I almost want to say it's like the Act 3 like the last boss in Act 3, but I also really dig the Viper fight. Even though they kind of like nerfed the Viper to the ground, so it's by no means any type of hard anymore in comparison to what it was. I liked it back when it was hard. Like, I think that was like really fucking like that was like a skill check and like a stat check almost, right? Like that was like, okay, you can do this under geared if you're really good at understanding the mechanics, but if you're like over geared, it's like super simple, easy, boom, it's over, right? And I really like that fight. It was actually one of the fights that I really disliked in the early days, but now after having done it like 25 times or 50 times or whatever, how many times I've done that fight, it just feels so like fully completed. There's like very few mishaps in that fight. Some things can happen. She can like land on top of the shields on the guys that's standing on the side, but everything about it is so cool. The way the arena shrinks because they move closer, all these, it's so cool. It's just such a cool fight in almost all aspects of it. The looks of it, the feel, the mechanics. There's so many aspects to it. There's so many different little details. I love that shit. I really, really, really like that one. For the Veil, like the Act 3 robot fight with Doriani, that one is super, super cool. Just like, it's a lot easier, but it just feels really, really like cool to do it. That's probably my favorites at the moment. Would be those 3 in each section, you could say. And I would say my least favorite boss at the moment is probably between the Colossus. In terms of fighting it, is probably between the Colossus and the Hyena boss in Act 2. Like, that's probably the 2 least favorite boss fights in my opinion. I just don't necessarily like them that much.
Bring it back.
But, yeah, I mean, we could do an Uber version one day, maybe.
Yeah.
More tornadoes that are faster, more Gatling gun things that go across the arena. But that guy's just really cool. I think the visuals and the whole theming and stuff is just really cool.
Are you team lights on or lights off?
Lights off. Man, all the office lights got turned on at some point. I hate it.
Yeah,
perfect.
That's actually nice though. We probably shouldn't. Rowan will kill us, but
the candles in the background look sick.
Yeah, I do have candles.
I could probably just ask to have it turned off.
Tell me about your side projects. Path of Exile isn't the only game you've been working on.
Yeah, I like to keep myself busy. Probably because of my ADHD. So when I work on a fan project called PokeRogue, it's a roguelike using Pokemon. So it's a very interesting concept that hadn't really been done before. So a little bit of balance I even help with the art. So that's just fun. Just keeps me busy a little bit at night.
You were a Reddit mod for Path of Exile before you started working here.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was...
Ouch.
I don't know,
Toxic.
fun's not the word. Even though I'm a weird person.
Interesting.
I think it just falls back to that I like to have things to do.
Wait, was I holding... There's going to be cup continuity now. Because sometimes I'm holding this and sometimes I'm not. But it's been nice. It's just not tea because I was told that that tap is poison and not to use it. Did you get your tea from that? Well, apparently there was a weird smell like a couple weeks ago and they're looking into it. It's probably poison.
So if Jin's not on tomorrow, we know why.
Yeah.
My chaos resist.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any cool tidbits or spoilers? Things you could maybe tell us about what's coming out? That we can sneak into the edit without anyone noticing?
I'm, as of today, working on some cool stuff for the Gauntlet, for Zizzarin's Gauntlet.
Oh, hey.
Some more custom stuff that I'm going to make sure isn't data mineable this time. And so it will surprise everyone when they get there.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
Cool. Finally, if you were president of Path of Exile and money and time wasn't an object, what would you add to the game?
Ooh. I just really, it's really personal, but I really want Void Fletch in the game, in PoE 2. It's already in PoE 1, but it could also be better there. So how about in both games, just make Void Fletch available and good and viable. I just want to play Void Fletch.
Great. I'm sure a lot of people could. It's a cool unit.
It is.
It's very cool. Well, cool. Thanks so much, Zaccie, for coming downstairs.
Thank you
Having a
for
chat.
inviting me downstairs. I would never come down here otherwise. I have no business down here.
The forbidden downstairs corner.
That's too nice.
Oh, my leg is sore. Oh, fuck.
We're turning this into a club now. Oh, we're doing some twice as good as speed.
Hell yeah.
That was fucking mad cool. That was funny too. That was a massive shout out to them for doing that. Honestly, that was super cool. That was so fun. I love these. I love these fucking interviews. I think they should keep this up and do one like every week or 2 weeks. Like that would be fucking cool. It would kind of be cool to have them make like some kind of group interview with a bunch of them. That would be kind of like I could see that being kind of funny too, where they like roast each other's work or something. That would be hilarious. But yeah, go show them some love. Watch the video, man. I'll leave a link for it in the description, as I said. And yeah, like we'll be back soon. So stay tuned. And salute to you for staying around. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one.